I hope it's okay. This is an I Believe Friday. So on Friday at this time, we're asking you to open up the My His Radio app, tap on the open mic, and let us know what you believe. Like you start your sentence, I believe, and you say what you're going to believe that's going to happen that's good this weekend. So since Thanksgiving's next week, right?
Yeah.
We're thinking since you might be traveling, we won't have the opportunity to catch up with you on Black Friday if you're traveling and, all the shopping and everything else. We don't want you to miss the opportunity to say what you're thankful for. So we're turning I Believe Friday today into an I'm Thankful Friday through the My His Radio app. So open up the app, tap on the open mic, and just let us know what you're thankful for. Liz will start.
Okay. I know it's silly, but I am very thankful for glitter. Glitter brings me joy.
She is thankful for glitter. She has glitter on now.
I do.
It's everywhere. You touch things she touches, and the glitter's on your hand. If you wipe your face, it's all over your face, and all of a sudden, you're glittery.
It does transfer, and I'm transferring joy. That's what's happening.
Through glitter. I'm grateful my wife got to Florida after yesterday's weather in Florida. Her flight was delayed by a couple of hours.
Oh, no.
So she made it, and I'm thankful that today my oldest son is going to have a successful surgery on the reconstruction of one of his feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Going to be praying for that for sure. Steve said, I'm thankful for the little blessings and miracles that God gives me daily.
That's good. I'm thankful Friday. These are open mics through the My His Radio app.
This is Melinda, and I am thankful for Jesus dying on the cross. I am thankful for my family, and I'm thankful for a safe place to sleep at night. And most of all, as Matthew West would say, I'm thankful for the turkey in my belly. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hi, this is Claire. I'm thankful for being adopted from China and getting to celebrate Thanksgiving in the U.S. Happy Thanksgiving!
I am thankful for my recovery and that I have been clean for 17 months.
I believe I'm going to have a fabulous Thanksgiving break.
I am thankful for my salvation and for the girls my son adopted from Haiti. My granddaughters are home forever.
I'm thankful that God saw fit to save me from the depths of despair, break the chains of addiction, that I have 2 years clean, and that He saved me with grace.
I'm thankful for having peace in my life.
I believe that our goats are going to have some babies this weekend.
I believe my mother is gonna have to not work that much today, and my friend will have a good day today with me. I'm thankful for Rob and Lizz, who encourage us in the morning.
Oh, that's so sweet.
So
Thank
sweet.
you.
We're thankful for you.
And these are all coming in from the My His Radio app and the open mic.
Good morning, His Radio. This is Tom in Greer, South Carolina. I'm so thankful I get to be a grandfather for the first time. Yay!
I'm thankful for the beautiful sunrise God has made this morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Lizelle, and I'm thankful that I'm done with my CDA. It took me a whole year almost, but I'm grateful it's done, and now I can relax and have a good weekend.
I am thankful for the health of my family and all of those around me.
Good morning, Rob and Lizz. I'm thankful this morning that all 4 of my children are healthy, thriving, and happy.
That was the sound of my baby boy, who my husband and I are thankful for this year. He had a tough start in life in the NICU for a month and a half, but through the prayer of many, including his radio, he's come home to us. Praise God.
I am thankful for all the believers that I surround myself with. Jeff from Raleigh, North Carolina.
I'm thankful for my family, and I'm thankful for the Lord.
I believe I'm going to have a great day at the movies today with my friends.
You go and have a great day at the movie with your friends. I'm Thankful Friday. It is here. It's all through the My His Radio app. Tap on the open mic.
Rob and Lizz,
his morning crew.
Thanksgiving, 6 days away now. If you have fur babies, we have to really watch what we feed them because you want them to enjoy Thanksgiving as well. Don't feed them a half a ham. That happened in my house a
You're
couple of years
kidding.
ago. No.
No.
No, like I won't call out my husband, but anyway.
I think she just did.
I think so.
Joey, I'm sorry, dude.
I know, but he knows. He knows because I kept saying, "Don't give her any more, give her any more," because she did end up getting pretty sick. But thing is, you don't want to overfeed them for sure. But also, like some of the desserts that we have, especially if they're store bought, sometimes they'll have an artificial sweetener, and that can be really detrimental to dogs. Like I don't know if it's lethal, but it can make them really, really sick. There's some other things like even plants that you have to be really careful with. And we have our trash can like in a drawer, right? So you have to open it up. Dog can't get to it no matter what. But if you have just a can like my daughter has, the dog can tear that thing up. So you got to make sure they don't get into stuff they shouldn't.
Listen, I don't know what's happened in the last couple of years, but all of a sudden, my dogs who never touched the trash decided, oh, a snack box.
Kind of.
Learned how to open up the lid. So now, I mean, it's one of those lids that you put your foot on and it pops up. And so, I mean, Lucy, one of our dogs, uses her nose and boom, that thing's in there. And she can string trash all over the house. She enjoys herself at night with that trash can. So we wind up either doing one of two things, putting it in the bathroom, which I don't like, or we have it out in the garage, which is right off of our kitchen. So that's where it is. So it's inconvenient, but it's sure worth not having trash strung all over the place. With
Yeah.
the dogs that decided that that's a snack box. I'm just glad that they're not counter surfers right now.
It's their own personal pantry. Well, there is a thing that you can do. There is an actual, and I didn't realize this existed, like a pet poison control center that you can call. And if you want to go ahead and get that number, just have it at the ready, just in case, because it could happen. You can text the word PET to 800-447-7234. We'll send you the link.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So they're cleaning up the Congaree River, and as they're going through the river and they're cleaning things up, all of a sudden they find a sword, some wheels that go way back to the Civil War. And they found all these items like a wagon and some other things. What? A couple of days of supplies that were in the wagon and things like that. So they're going to bring it off to the museum in Columbia because they found all these in the Congaree River as they're cleaning it.
Yeah, I mean, they were just picking out trash basically and trying to make it beautiful, keeping, the area beautiful. And they run against what they feel like was obviously during the Civil War, no vehicles. So you had wagons that had to bring the supplies to those who were taking part in the war. And so one of those wagons was attacked, and then that was the fallout. So you had things like cannonballs and swords and weaponry and that kind of thing. So that's what they're now kind of cleaning up.
They had to take care of one of the weapons because it could have exploded. So they took that off to Shaw and made sure that that was demilitarized so it wouldn't blow up in a museum somewhere.
Yeah, you don't want that happening.
Right? But just to think, here they are just cleaning up the river and come across this treasure like that.
I know. Man, they had to de-weaponize that thing. I told you not to touch the glass.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
With Thanksgiving, you have the pets in the house. The dogs in particular like to enjoy Thanksgiving whether you like it or not. They'll get into the food, they'll get into the trash. It could be anything when you're not looking. So we started thinking about some of the dangers that could be around. Like I don't know why, but my dogs decided they like a new snack box. It's called the garbage can. And so if food's in there, they know it. And we have to hide the garbage can now out in the garage, close it, lock the door, or they'll get out there somehow, some way. So when you leave like the turkey bones and stuff in there, that's dangerous for the dogs, right?
Oh, yeah. Or if you serve a chocolate cake or even grapes. Grapes can be harmful to pets as well. So here's what happened. Amy texted and she said, Rob, we bought a trash can that has a pedal and a lid, but it also has a lock on the lid. So when we put the trash in and we leave the house, we can lock it. And that way the dogs don't get into it.
We talking padlock here?
Probably.
I mean, that's the only way my dogs will not figure it out.
Have to have a blowtorch.
Right? They'll pull down the shield, bust into that thing and get it. Thankfully, they're not counter surfers right now. I had a dog that was a counter surfer. If you left any food on there, somehow, some way, that dog would get it. I mean, just completely get it. So Amy texts, she goes, my daughter has one of those trash cans because I have that trash can where you hit the foot, the lid opens up, right? She puts this heavy bowl on it, she says, and the thing's made out of lava rock.
Oh, my goodness.
A lava rock bowl, so it's pretty heavy. My dogs would probably knock it down and shatter it if that happened. And she says she's got three Belgian Malinois.
I don't know. I've never heard. Yeah,
right. But they're three big dogs, and here's the thing: they're cabinet surfers, so they'll go to the cabinets. She's got to make sure that the food's clear.
Right. Or one of my dogs pulled a pizza off the counter one day. Only time she's ever done anything, pulled it straight on the ground. So I hear you.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So Thanksgiving, you have some guests that are over. So what about that person who signs up for Thanksgiving but never really makes it? And especially if they have like one of the most important dishes that they have to bring and then they're not there.
This has happened a couple of times in our family, and I remember being a little kid and hearing my mom kind of, talk about it. Well, they signed up for this, but we're gonna make it as well, because when they show up at Thanksgiving, the big family get together, their dish never makes it. So my mom would make the extra dish, or one of the other sisters would make the extra dish, because that person either was super late or they just wouldn't make it.
So there'd be a standby dish.
Yes.
So it's like, just in case we know they might be late or they might not show up. So there's the standby green bean casserole.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's a dessert. And that's the one, I think that's something you want those people to sign up for, because typically there's multiple desserts. And so if you have one less, oh well, not a big deal. But if they sign up for mashed potatoes, honey.
Tragic.
Yes.
If pumpkin pie does not show up, that's tragedy right there. That would just break my heart.
It would. We always have 2 or 3 of those show up.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Thanksgiving, 6 days away. Who's late? Who doesn't follow through?
Well, there's always that one in the family, right?
There's
somebody
always
that just kind of arrives a little tardy and sometimes doesn't even show up, depending upon the year and the circumstances that are happening. And they've got the most important dish of the family to bring.
Sometimes, unless you're smart, like we became a little smarter as the years went along, and we just made a backup dish just in case, because there's somebody that doesn't follow through, has beautiful ideas, wonderful creative ideas of what they're going to make.
Your family?
We're just going to leave it there, but it never makes it to the table, and you're like, but you said you were going to make this
She
thing.
talking about herself?
I know. I'm going to make it if I say I'm going to make it.
She does. The food and coming on time as well. Listen to Michelle. Michelle texted at 800-447-7234. She's responsible for 4 dishes. But they are like chronically 10 minutes late. To her, that's late, and it's not her fault. It's, spouse and kids.
There they go, up under the bus.
Run on time. Yeah. They're like late because of that. Not her.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
First, let's tell you about the open mic, why this open mic even exists this morning. Not too long ago, there was a conversation about taste testing fruit at grocery stores. And there's not like somebody sitting around with samples, hey, try this here grape, right?
No, it's more you go through the grocery store and you're like, okay, I want to see if those are any good, because sometimes you get a bag of grapes and they're super sour and you really want that really sweet grape. So some people may, pick into the bag and pop in a grape.
Never done it. It sounds like a great idea because you don't know what you're going to get until you get home, right? If they're going to be nice grapes or not. So here's an open mic that just came in about this through the My HISRadio app.
Let me weigh in on this grape issue. As a nurse, an even more important reason not to taste test that grape is how many hands have been in that bag and you couldn't wash the grape before you ate it. Uh-oh.
Right? Okay. Good point.
Yeah, very good point because, you're supposed to wash your fruit, especially something like a grape where it doesn't have a rind that you peel. And so you just pop the whole thing in. But I just feel like you shouldn't sample the grapes unless they have them out for a sample.
So I heard somebody say, listen, you have to weigh those things, right?
Yes.
So the more that you eat to sample, the less it's going to weigh, so you're not going to pay the full price.
Absolutely.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
You're probably very familiar with the name Jeremy Renner. He's been on social media just lately, just firing it up right now because his recovery is going so well. Jeremy Renner, you'll remember. Okay, first, you may know him if you're like a Marvel fan, Hawkeye. What are some other roles that he's played?
He was in Mission Impossible for, I think, 2 different movies, one being Ghost Protocol. He was also in The Hurt Locker, which military movie, very, very good.
Yeah, I like him as Hawkeye.
Yeah, I do too.
He was in one of those Bourne movies as well. Kind of
yeah,
an
he
offshoot
was
of
in the
Jason
Bourne movie.
Right?
Yep.
He wasn't Jason Bourne, but Anyway, you probably remember beginning of the year, there was the accident with the snow plow or whatever that was, and he was saving his nephew from something that could have happened that was tragic for the family. Then he got stuck in it, and then it almost took his life. So here he is 10 months later, Jeremy Renner. 10 months later, he's in his driveway. His driveway is really steep, and you see him kind of doing a jig down the driveway, almost a run down the driveway. He gets to the bottom of the driveway. Mind you, remember what he just went through and how long he was in the hospital because this almost took his life with that snowplow. He runs up the driveway. And he's like almost in tears because he's able to do what he's doing. 10 months later, he's got grit. He is just working so hard. And how God has got him through this is just amazing to me.
Yeah, and this Thanksgiving going to be so super thankful. He almost, in this accident, lost his leg. I think they had to rebuild like an eye socket. Like it was massive. It crushed his chest. So for him to be at this place where he's almost, I wouldn't say it's CrossFit, but it's certainly, he's trying to strengthen his legs by, going back and forth up and down this hill. To be at that place, seeing where he was, is incredible.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
So there's a lot more people that seem to be traveling with their pets. Some are like put in a container. What would you call that?
Like a carrier, a pet carrier.
That's it. I don't want to call it a container. It doesn't sound great.
Not a
But
Rubbermaid.
you put it in a pet carrier, and it's checked. They're checked, and they're on below. And then some the pets are on board that are small enough, right?
Yeah, they're in a little bag.
Service animals and things like that. Well, it appears that one got loose on a plane.
Oh, my goodness.
And so air traffic control was talking to the pilot, and here's what went down on this one flight.
Atlanta 4592, guys. Yes, sir. We are a cargo plane. We have live animal horse on board the airplane, and the horse managed to escape his stall. We don't have a problem as of flying-wise, but we need to return back to New York. We cannot get the horse back secure.
Atlanta 4592, Roger, you are cleared to Kennedy via radar vectors.
That sounds like a first to me. A horse gets loose on a cargo plane, is going around, and they clearly said, hey, it's not, we can fly, but we've got to come back and take care of the situation.
Well, the horse, honestly, if there were turbulence and the horse weren't secured in the stall, then that could be, detrimental to the horse. So I see that for sure. But all I can see is he was looking for the snacks. He was looking for the snacks.